It's no news that Fallout New Vegas is one of the most modded games according to Nexus Mods. With having over 28,000 downloadable mods and over 419 downloads of said mods, it's clear that the game has a community that simply will never stop providing for those that love this game. Which is why today, I wanted to utilize many of these incredible mods and begin a run unlike any I've ever done in this game. So today, I'm building an army in Fallout New Vegas. Like that, we begin. Doc gets this up, we pick a name fit for a general just before picking a proper mustache face because who commands an army without a mustache? I then make an average man before choosing medicine, repair, and good old speech. I choose heavy-handed and trigger discipline just because. We turn hardcore mode off, and because it's a modded run, we can turn Wild Wasteland on. And after it's all said and done, Doc's house lights up like it's Christmas time and he's my Mrs. Claus. We then make our way to the front door, Doc gives us our stuff, and we begin our journey. And just like that, we have our first recruit.
You're alive? I mean, gee, that was quick. Doc said you'd be out for at least a week.
This is Mulrat. He's your typical wasteland comic-loving camping enthusiast, but most importantly, the courier sidekick. He's a modded companion with great backstory and some awesome dialogue.
Nothing can keep us down, right? Not even bullets. Just like the Unstoppables. You bet.
We pick him up, get his perk, and then go say howdy, partner, to our good old buddy Victor.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit?
We then do the normal Goodsprings tasks before we make our way over to get our next recruit. Meet Bad Motherfucker. He's a dog-loving horned fauna enthusiast that is basically a one-man army in himself, so he was really a no-brainer in adding him to the squad. We then made our way down the road to get the next recruit. This is Niner. He's everyone's favorite wasteland drug runner who's really just looking for a good time in New Vegas. He also loves using his own stash, so he's prone to hallucinations, which honestly just makes him a lot more lovable.
God damn, look at that snake. You're a big and 80 fella. Ah! Sexiest to me.
We then make a quick hop to the next recruit.
Howdy, stranger. Take a seat by the campfire.
Meet Hope Lies, a wasteland faithful who loves hand-to-hand combat and is out here in the waste looking for a cure to radiation sickness. Now before heading out, we make a quick pit stop at Doc Mitchell's house to grab a few supplies, and I quickly remember that I have a mod on that doesn't allow me to just take everything from his house. It's actually all stealable, and so
Might find some work over at the saloon. Most people.
we exit Doc's house after some unfortunate events completely out of my control, and thankfully the squad has my back, so no one in Goodsprings suspects a thing, and I actually become Doc Mitchell. Nice. Niner then asks us if we want to get a drink, to which we obviously say yes to, and we make our way there. Along the way, we encounter this funny little looking man that clearly just wanted to ask us for directions, but the squad wasn't having it, so they brutally murdered him and let me rob his body. Talk about gang for life. As we continue along following Niner to throw one back, we come across another man that seems very recognizable. There's something about him I just can't put my finger on. I feel like I remember him for some reason. I just don't know why.
As usual, I got word of a settlement that needs our help. Nice. I'll mark it on your map.
Me and the squad then head on over to Prim, where we make light work of the NCR convicts. We then made our way to the NCR Correctional Facility, where the gang made quick work of everyone there as well. After that, we head on over to the Mojave Outpost, where I level up and I select a perk that's really going to take this playthrough up a level. That perk is called Robco Certified. You see, with the Robco Certified perk, you can essentially become a mad scientist in New Vegas. With this perk, you can now create robots at will, but we'll get more into that soon enough. So now with the Robco Certified perk, I'm going to walk over to this Mr. Handy over here on the floor, and voila, we have a Mr. Handy companion. Now after we build our robot friend, we go and we kill some giant ants, some other giant bugs, normal-sized people, and some weird blobby-looking things. After all said and done, I grab a grappling hook because modded Fallout is nothing without this grappling hook mod. After all that, this little girl charges out of nowhere, so we had to put her down for her own safety. Parents really gotta watch after their young better. We keep it moving and then we start adding a couple more numbers to the squad.
Thanks again for your help.
We then made our way on over to Sloan to deal with all the death claws on the rock quarry, and to be honest with you, they really didn't present much of a threat at all. I then go to a robot factory to build more robot companions and get attacked by a group of old ladies who didn't even have any butterscotch candy. How rude. Now before I decided to build more robot companions, I decided to relieve myself while the gang watched over my back. After that, we head back to the robot factory, and because I have the Robco certified perk now, it allows me to rebuild this machine, which allows me to build more robot companions, as well as fix up scattered robots around the New Vegas world. We head back to the factory and I decide to make a couple more robot companions, one of them being the Recurso robot manufacturing robot. And what this robot allows me to do is build more robots on the fly, proving to be very, very useful early on in game. After adding a couple more robot companions to the gang, we make our way to Black Mountain, pushing through the super mutants and rescuing our good old buddy Danny Raoul. We go and grab Cass right after that. We then make our way over to the Fiends territory and we completely annihilate them while I harvest brains so I can continue to build upon my robot army. Now as you upgrade Robco Certified, it gives you access to some crazy robots like lobotomites and robot deathclaws, as well as some robotic radroaches. I then made my way back to Freeside so I could get Ganon and Rex because the team really needed a pet and Rex is the goodest boy ever. We then head on over and grab Veronica before I go on over and I build my first Cyberclaw, aka a robotic Deathclaw. So now that we have a couple more companions under our belt, we make our way over to New Vegas to begin this part of the journey. So we go and talk to Mr. House, we then make our way to Benny before he ultimately skips town on us. We then meet Mr. Yes Man, whose endgame goal is the one that I will be following through on today. After all that, I decide it's time to put the team to the ultimate test, and that is taking out Caesar's camp, as well as getting the platinum chip back from Benny. So we make our way over to Caesar's camp, and we begin to lay down the law. After that, I head back on over to New Vegas to deal with Mr. House. It was then at this moment that I decided to download a bunch more modded companions to really beef up our numbers, just for the fun of it. I mean, why not, right?
Okay, let's do this.
Greetings, Wastelander.
Then I decided it was time I go and take out the entire robot army because in reality, I really didn't need them. I then stopped this assassination attempt by this engineer and it was really just honestly so pathetic. I mean, just look at Snuffles laughing his face. After that, the battle for Hoover Dam began and I started off by going after the Great Khans in the front and they really did not seem to mind. It was kind of surprising. We continued to push forward, and by we, I mean everybody else in my squad, while I kind of just watched them kill everybody for me. After that, I install the override, I install Yes Man, and then we start killing absolutely everybody in the vicinity. I then told the NCR to get the hell out of here,
We're moving out.
and that was it. And in the words of Yes Man,
I guess I'll see you around. We accomplished a lot together. It was fun. Take care.